All right, cool. Well, welcome everyone. We are live. This is Kirk Williams coming to you, and this is the Access College and Career Fair virtual experience session 2 main stage. That's where you guys are today. Thank you guys for joining me on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We're really excited about the college fair that's happening starting today. We just started at 10:30 this morning, and it's going to be a great thing. So if you haven't gone and taking a look at the college fair, I want you to go to collegeaccessgroup.net/ACCF virtual. And you'll go there and you'll see tons of college representatives, career representatives that are going to be at that particular fair. It's open, it's free, open to the entire community, students, educators, parents. It's open and they are ready. College recruiters are ready to have these conversations with you, to talk to you about everything college related. Whether it's financial aid, whether it's choosing the right college, whether it's whatever it is, housing, everything, they are ready to talk with you. Tons of colleges over there. So make sure you guys take a look at that. But today, right now on the main stage, I am so thankful and pleased to welcome Craig Brockett from the CCSD Career Tech Education program. He has been, very instrumental in us even hosting Access College and Career Fair this fall. So, Craig, welcome to the main stage. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Kirk. Appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure. So, again, thank you so much for what you did to, encourage and to move the needle so that we can even have this college fair, because we really weren't planning to actually do it until we had a conversation with you.
Yeah, it's we're just talking about how it's just such a different way of doing business now that it's new for everybody. So I think the big thing for us was just to get the word out, try to reach the largest audience we could. So really put it out to a large group of counselors, teachers, and at a lot of schools we have a college and career center coordinator position, which is really instrumental in getting information out to students about all types of things on the college and career front. And so, we're really hoping, like I said, word of mouth will continue to grow the experience for everybody, because at the end of the day, we've had these things where we can bring students in to large groups in gyms and theaters throughout the district. But without that access right now, these events are so important to make sure that the word is still getting out to the masses for our student groups.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that's one thing that we did last year. We had the nice big groups coming into the high schools. I love doing it at high schools. Kids are very excited. The teachers are very excited too. Everybody's involved in that. And with this pandemic shutting all of that down, this is the new, we all say the new normal, and it really is. I don't think that name will go away. It really is the new normal, how we have to do business. And I don't think that's going to go away. Even if we bring back in-person fairs and events and assemblies, I think we're getting used to this platform, this, virtual world, and I think we'll continue to do it. So this is great. I'm glad we are moving the needle with CCSD, and I'm thankful for you for even being a part of it. So thank you again. I can't say that enough. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you that we are really kind of creating the structures of what could really be something that has some longevity moving forward. Eventually going to get back to some in-person and things will be back to normal, so to say. But I agree with you. The virtual platforms have really kind of they've kind of created this space where maybe you couldn't get to those events. Maybe you had transportation issues. Maybe you were absent the day it was at school. And so I think that as we become more comfortable with these platforms, I agree with you 100%. I think we're kind of building a platform that will kind of help just increase exposure and really communicate with underserved populations around the district.
Definitely. I agree with that. And so in our world, what I've been, kind of doing with the college fairs and things like that, having these conversations with college recruiters, admissions counselors, things like that, they are all jumping in. They're doing their virtual meetings. They're, doing one-on-ones with certain students at various schools. So they're jumping on board. But one thing that I wanted to see and talk with you about is how can we get more of the career side of it going? Because with College Access College and Career Fair, the college is only one piece. We have this whole other career piece, whether it's apprenticeships, whether it's internships, going to getting a job right out of high school, things like that. We want to push that, a lot as well. How do we do that, or what is CCSD looking to do more of, so that we can really get our students that may not want to go to college right away? They may have a different opportunity, or just letting them see that those opportunities exist. What kind of things should we be doing in this particular environment to help those students that may not want to go to college right away?
Well, I really think the first thing is really changing some of the language that we use. And I know that in the past, we've kind of used job fairs as kind of a way to kind of promote industry. And most of that is really about entry-level positions. And I think we need to focus more on branding it as a career fair, right? And so students kind of understand that when they go to a career fair, they're not necessarily looking for an entry-level position. They're looking at something that they could make a living at. Something that interests them, something that their skill set aligns with. And so I think, part of that is something that we need to do better from the school district level, right? Is making sure that we're promoting these as careers. And on the flip side of that, it's making the industry partners understand that it's not a job fair, it's a career fair. And so one of the barriers that we're dealing with right now is obviously with the COVID pandemic, is the job market obviously has there's a lot of entry-level jobs in some industries, and there's some folks that are getting laid off, right? And so understanding that, these ebbs and flows in our economies and our job markets are always going to be there. And so really trying to get our industry partners to understand that even though they may not be hiring right now, it's still the perfect time to be turning students on to the idea of a career in that industry. And so there are some barriers though, right? I mean, we've had some companies say that, we've had some layoffs and we can't put folks out in the community to do that because that position's been eliminated. But we'll circle back to you. And but again, I think it's making sure that they understand that there's value to that activity, right? And that they want to stay connected with the schools and teachers and programs to make sure that those partnerships stay together. And there's just a lot of moving parts, and we, that the school district have to be sensitive too, right? Understanding that, we want all these things to happen, but we have to be, cognizant that there are issues out there with staffing, and committing that kind of time and effort can be difficult for industry. So we just need to be sensitive to that as well. But in short, we have to keep the fight. We have to keep, promoting those opportunities, because, everything is going to, eventually swing back up. And we want to be ready for that. And we definitely don't want students who are perfect fits, but whether it be for their interest level, the skill level, their intelligence, to miss out on opportunities because we stop providing that exposure through these types of experiences. So we just have to keep working.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And even, with creating the Access College and Career Fair, one of the things that I wanted to make sure that we did was have something that was for every kind of student. It wasn't just a college fair, it wasn't just a career fair, but we want to melt those two things together so that a student can walk in. It doesn't matter who the student is, but they can find something for them. And for the industry partners, I would really encourage you guys, to connect with the school district, and then, have a longevity type of mindset when you do that. Again, like you were saying, sometimes those jobs aren't available. They are, everybody, we all are, staff is at a minimum right now. So you can't do everything, but there is some value in pushing, letting students know, hey, we may not have a job for you right here, but these are the things that you need to do in order to get into this type of career. Or maybe it's a career that a student had never even heard of. For example, my wife has a speech therapy clinic, right? Never knew what speech therapy or speech pathologists, audiologists, what they did. But that's an industry that a lot of students may not know about, but it's a great industry. But we need to get them to talk about it a lot more so the students know what they need to do. And they need to go to college for it, but at least they will know about it. But we need them to know about it early, so that they can have that opportunity and hear that information and say, you know what, that might be a career that I might be interested in. So hopefully they'll be able to join and connect with you guys a little bit more, especially in this pandemic, environment that we're in. We need more information for our students, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you. You know, kids don't know what they don't know. And so, you know, more things we can kind of put out there for them to kind of investigate and explore, the better chance that they're going to land with something that they find, you know, as a worthwhile profession, right? Career, profession. Those are those words that we need to make sure that students understand. You know, we're not talking about things that they may be doing within the next year, but maybe in the next 5 or 10 years, you know, as a career. So, and I do believe, like you said, you know, the virtual experience might have its benefits in a way that, you know, you might have a student who is not, you know, extroverted enough to maybe ask questions in person, but maybe online, maybe feels more comfortable doing that. And so, yeah, you know, we just need to make sure we're kind of laying the foundation and seeing where these things go.
I agree with you, man. Very much so. So with that said, one of the things that the district, what are a couple of the things that the district is doing within the career technical education? Because that's like a whole other component to, you know, and I know we have the counselors that do the colleges and they do different things, but there's a whole other world out there in CTE that we don't pay enough attention to, or we don't give enough credit to, for helping our students. What are some of the things that you can share with the audience that's listening here on Facebook or YouTube Live that the school district is doing and promoting so that we can get more students involved in career tech?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is to make sure that students understand that career and technical education are not just electives that are on campus, right? That there are specific career path courses that can be taken, and those courses, you know, we want to promote all of the industry certifications that come out of those courses. We've been doing some alignment with the Department of Education in revising some of the way our programs are taught so that students have more opportunities for more courses. So rather than maybe taking a course that ends after 3 years, which would prevent them from starting another course, maybe we reduce some of those requirements to 2 years for that certification so that they can explore even more opportunities within a school setting. So that's really important too. So kind of revising that curriculum a little bit and the pathways to make sure that there's more opportunities for more students. I think that's one of our biggest challenges. And the other one is really, you know, trying to stay up to date with what's important for Nevada, right? We really look to the Governor's Office of Workforce Innovation to kind of see how they're studying trends in in-demand jobs and how those align with what we're teaching in classes and in schools. And so we're customizing our programming, maybe looking to courses, you know, for example, automation, and those new jobs coming into Nevada are impacted by you know, the curriculum that's in those courses. So we're constantly looking and revising and making sure that we're in alignment with the objectives of the entire state, not just in Clark County. You know, we're really focused on partnering with our other districts and the Department of Education to make sure that what we're doing is relevant, you know, in the new Nevada as far as the workforce needs go.
Got you. So let me ask you this, Craig. What are some of the industries that our students should be kind of looking for in the near future in Nevada? What are those industries that they should be looking to get into, or at least know more about, that are going to be, you know, high demand, or, you know, maybe high paying? I'm not sure, but there's going to be some certain industries that stand out amongst the others in Nevada for our students, and that's what we're pushing. So what are a few of those that you think would be good for our students that are listening, the parents that are watching this right now may want to kind of give more students information on?
Well, I think Nevada has been very, very strong in their construction trade industries, and there's so many different trades in the construction industry. Part of what we try to do is break down barriers, that it's not necessarily just swinging a hammer, but it's design, it's CAD, it's architecture, it's construction management. You know, there's longevity in those careers, and there's upward mobilities in those industries, right? So there's opportunities all over the place. And so we really try to focus on providing experiences for students so they can see what those opportunities look like across the state. You know, and that includes other areas like mining that, you know, we kind of take for granted that that's a northern Nevada industry. The Southern Nevada doesn't really get a lot of exposure to that, but we're trying to break down some of those barriers as well. Obviously, medical is huge, right? The growing healthcare industry, and I think this pandemic has really shone a light on how valuable that industry is from a job security standpoint, from opportunities there's opportunities abound, right? Whether you're in the clerical administration or in the medical profession, there's opportunities everywhere. And I think our higher education system really lends to that. So if students are interested in those positions, between tech schools and higher ed, there's opportunities abound for students to get more involved in that. And I don't, obviously those are not going anywhere. Like those are going to be around for forever. So, but I really do think that there's been, going back to even Governor Sandoval, a big push on manufacturing and automation and distribution. Those types of, I always kind of say that we have students and parents that drive by large warehouses all the time in Henderson and North Las Vegas, and you say, well, what are those buildings? Our logistics, distribution, and manufacturing sector is growing, and we have bigger partners that are coming into town in the near future. I think a lot of people see what Tesla's done in Northern Nevada, right? And they've certainly been instrumental in some of our programming and recruiting efforts to bring even Southern Nevada students up to Reno to work at Tesla. But I do think that there's so many other opportunities that just go undiscovered and unnoticed. And so, part of what we try to do is to try to partner with those manufacturing partners and logistics and distribution centers to really highlight what they do, to open the doors and see behind the curtain from that warehouse what goes on inside. What are they making? What are you distributing? So between the Amazon and their 5 distribution centers and Fanatics, we've really tried to kind of get students interested, because not only do you have jobs that are focused on distribution and transportation and logistics, but also the mechanics that it takes to run those assembly lines and the mechanical technology and automation and manufacturing programs that we have. So they're all different, right? There's systems that are the same, but there's a lot that are different. And so, we try to give our students an opportunity to learn the basics and come out with some certifications that can then be translated to, a bevy of opportunities in those local markets. And then, trying to connect them, right? Trying to say, hey, have you ever thought about working for this company? I've never even heard of that company. Those are the kind of stereotypes and the type of barriers we want to break down, so that once our students leave, they've got a portfolio, they have some resources, they know where to look for those jobs, they know who to connect with. And so that's the daunting task, right? Making sure that they're totally prepared when they leave us. But we take pride in it.
That's great. And there's so, like you mentioned one thing, there's so many different opportunities within a company, within one specific company. And we don't think about it, or definitely our students don't think about it. They think of, cash equipment. Oh, they just do, big rig equipment type of things. But there are so many different areas within that particular company. I mentioned cash equipment. They've actually attended our college fair for the past couple of years. They are not here in this particular fair today, but they've been there and they have a ton of things going on. So there's so many opportunities, and I appreciate you guys coming on and telling us about it. How can students, parents connect with the district if they want to get involved in a career technical education, whether it's at a tech ed school or if it's a curriculum within their other high school? How can they get connected or learn more about career tech in the school district?
We have a lot of resources, obviously, on the ccsd.net website, but specifically to career technical education, we have a website, cteincccsd.net. I think that's a good place to start regarding programming, regarding .org. I'm sorry, Kurt. cteincccsd.org. I don't know if I said .net. That's kind of a good place to start for finding out, what CTE programs are at what campus, and oftentimes we get hung up in our career technical academies or our magnet schools, but understanding that most of our CTE programming are in our comprehensive schools, and maybe just the students don't know about them, right? And so that's a great place to start. Where is my student enrolled in, and what opportunities are there? That's a great place to start. One particular website that we work with the Department of Education is the LifeWorks website. And LifeWorksNV.org is another place that parents and students can research to find out maybe some things that are statewide focuses, but also a lot of really great career exploration activities there, discovering your pathway based on your interest. They post things like apprenticeship and internship opportunities on that website. And right now we're kind of in the process of taking the CTE and CCSD website and kind of connecting the two, because LifeWorks is a state brand, right? They're Nevada wide, and we really want to support them. And so we're kind of looking at some ways that we can leverage that website to connect students in different ways. So for example, if I was a student and I was interested in finding out about an opportunity, eventually what will happen is I'll be able to go on there and say, here's my information, get back to me. Or if I'm an industry partner, I could go on to this and say, I'm interested in hosting an internship, and students would be able to, or the industry partner would be able to go in and list their information, and we could connect them with a school full of students in their area. So a lot of connectivity is coming. It's been something that's been in the works for a while, but I would say here in the near future, that would be a great resource to be able to go on and get connected, no matter who you are.
Fantastic. And I just pulled it up so that everyone can see lifeworksnv.org. The school district is going to connect with them and really give you even more information, more connections with different, industries, employers, individuals that can help really push forward the narrative that we want students to be successful in life. Right. And that's LifeWorks. We want them to be successful. And whether that's going to college, whether that's getting a certificate to go into the workforce, whatever it is, we want everyone to be successful in life. And I think that's what the school district is moving forward towards. And I truly appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for sharing that information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So really, that's what I wanted to talk with you about and share. And I really appreciate you, sharing this information, telling us everything about what's happening with, career technical education within CCSD. And for you also, again, I cannot thank you enough for being our partner with the collegeaccessgroup.net, the college fair. Really appreciate it. It's really good to have people like you, and I won't just say the district. For you, Craig, you've been, great friend to me. I appreciate you for pushing this and really helping me, get this thing off the ground. And I truly appreciate you so much. So I can't say that enough.
Kirk, and right back at you. I mean, there's so many students and parents that need information in Southern Nevada. We can't do it alone, right? I mean, we really need to help each other. And you've been a fantastic partner for the school district, and in particular, getting connected with our college and career coordinators in the past and giving them resources. And so, yeah, absolutely. We continue to kind of look how we can keep this partnership growing. And I'm really hoping that students, parents take advantage of this opportunity, because it's just so valuable, and even more so to be able to do it from the comfort of your own home, and not have to travel someplace. And I think that's just momentum that will continue to build. So, I predict that this is something that will continue to grow, and we're happy to be a part of it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody else watching and listening to this. This is Kirk Williams, Access College and Career Fair main stage. We just had a phenomenal time with Craig Brockett from CCSD's Career Technical Education Program Division. And we want you guys to go and visit the college fair. Now I have the website up there, and we did this together. So we're definitely in it, and we're going to push the narrative and continue to do more things, because we have so many students here in Southern Nevada that we need to connect with. We need to help them be successful in life, and we can do that together. But we also need you to actually come and be a part of it. What a great way to do it from the comfort of your own home. collegeaccessgroup.net/ACCF virtual. Go to that. Find colleges, career, representatives that you can get connected to. But also, don't forget, if you're in CCSD, make sure you have that conversation with your counselor, your principal, whoever you need to talk to about what things you can do to be involved in career and technical education. There's so many opportunities out there for you, and there is an opportunity out there for everyone. So make sure you connect with your, school administrators to see how you can get certifications, apprenticeships, job opportunities, really career awareness. You want to get aware of a different career, something that you may have never heard of before. Connect with the school district. They are there for you. With that said, Craig, thank you again for joining me on the main stage. Everyone, thank you for coming, and we'll go to the college fair. We'll see you guys. I believe we're going to do this again tomorrow night. We'll be with Renee Cantu of JAG, Jobs for America's. No, it's actually Jobs for Nevada's graduates now.
There you go.
Right? Renee is going to join us on the main stage tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Don't make sure you join us for that. With that said, again, Craig, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining us. God bless you. Go to the fair. We'll see you next time on the main stage.
Thanks.